Everybody, please give a warm, NAHREP, loud welcome and applause for Mr. J. Doran, the Culture Man.
"52 seconds. They say Napoleon never addressed his men before a minute. You've already learned something. Now, why would he do that? Today's talk is titled, Don't Create to Consume. Consume to create. Napoleon knew something his men did not. Napoleon knew something many coalitions did not. And one man, regardless of his circumstance, he was an immigrant from another country, company, changed the world. After this talk, maybe you'll brush up on some history. The world changing that he did, one could argue, led to the development of our democratic society. Don't create to consume. Consume to create. A long time ago, there was an emperor. And this emperor was obsessed with clothing. He didn't spend his money on his people. He didn't spend his money on his town. He didn't spend his money on his soldiers. He spent money on fine clothing. Two rogues dressed themselves as tailors and told this man if he gave them money, gold, and the right ingredients, they would create the garments he needed to wear to know if people around him were fools or unfit for their positions. So this emperor said, yes, I'll hire you, of course, I'll give you whatever you need, and he did. It was many months he was waiting for these garments. This man focused on creating to consume, and nothing came. So he sent one of his lords to check on these tailors. And the Lord went and he looked at what they had created. And the catch of these garments was you can only see them if you're not a fool or if you're fit for office. You can only see them, these clothes, these robes, if you're not a fool and you're fit for office. So the Lord went and he couldn't see them. So he went back to the emperor and he said, sir, they look great. Because he was afraid to tell the truth. So the emperor waited and more months passed, more money invested into these garments, and nothing came. So he sent more of his men to see the garments. And they went to check out the garments, and they looked at the garments, and the tailors said, yes, look what we have. We show you. And they used their hands and their body and their tone and their conviction to show them these garments. And these men didn't see anything either. But they were too afraid to tell the truth. The emperor, with his new clothes, on the day he was supposed to go triumph through the towns with his new robes, finally saw them. And in his head, he said, I don't see anything. Am I unfit? I'm no fool. They can't know. And so he didn't say anything. And on the day of the march, when he was fitted into his beautiful robes, his invisible robes, he asked his men who were supposed to hold them in the streets, how do they feel? What do they look like? And they said, great. Because they were too afraid to be unfit or fools. And the day this emperor with his new clothes went in front of the townsfolk in his new robes, naked, everyone said, look at the robes and how great he looks, until a young child in the back said, he's naked. He's naked. And his father said, listen to the child. The emperor has no clothes. Have you ever heard this story? The emperor was afraid. His people were afraid. I get off this stage, I'm in the crowd. I don't know about you guys. I'm naked under this suit. Josh, are you naked under your shirt and pants? What? I didn't hear you. Gina, are you naked? Paula? I do have people. Don't create to consume. Consume to create. There is a recession, actually. It's not the one you should be thinking about. The recession we should be thinking about and talking about and working together through is the recession of awareness. I'm naked. You're naked. I'm afraid. We're afraid. A few years ago, I would not have waited 52 seconds like Napoleon for your attention. But I don't mind being naked because my intention is good. I speak through my pain, not for it. Don't create to consume in this world. Consume to create. Interviewing. To listen to understand. Not to reply. Who here has family? Raise your hand. Who here has friends? Keep your hand up. We can all interview people daily. Listen to understand, not to reply. Doing that and putting out other people's truth, their empathy, their education helps everybody.